guys, and welcome back to my channel. It is Vlogmas Day 6 and I'm going to be filming a get ready with me chit chat type of thing. So yeah, basically this is going to be a very unofficial makeup and I'll show you guys how I do my hair and everything. Anthony set up this little studio for me. So I had my little backdrop. I know it's going to be kind of hard to see my makeup, I feel like, especially with the backdrop like that. But anyways, I don't know. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video and you guys will see all the products I use and kind of like my techniques, not like I'm a guru or anything. So hopefully it's helpful for you guys and you enjoy it. And I'm just gonna kind of do my everyday makeup routine. So hopefully you guys enjoy it and let's just get started. Okay, so I have my candle here, my little spiced apple toddy candle. So we got that, we got my peppermint mocha coffee. I am ready for Vlogmas. So let's just get started here. I am not a makeup guru by any means. A lot of people did request a get ready with me for Vlogmas, so I figured why not. Now, I haven't been using primer recently. I don't really know why. I probably should, and I should also probably use moisturizer, but I don't really do that either. I actually am really bad with taking care of my skin because I've never had bad skin or like skin problems, so I don't really do anything to take care of it, but I have realized my skin is kind of dry and just not great. So I don't know, I need to take better care of my skin and stuff, but I'm just not a girl in that way. Like, I don't have like a really, you know, cutesy like nighttime routine. I just take my makeup off and go to bed. So I don't have any like pre-skincare makeup things that I do. I literally don't have a skincare routine. All I do is take my makeup off at night with Neutrogena makeup wipes. I did kind of want to touch on that because I do get asked what my skincare routine is and I don't have one. I should probably figure one out, but yeah, I don't know. I've never really like taken the time to find a really good skincare routine, so I'm sorry, but I don't have anything to offer in that department. But let's get started because I don't use primer. So first product I'm going to be using is the Infallible Pro L'Oreal foundation. So I have it in 305 neutral beige and it's very full coverage. So if you don't really need full coverage or like full coverage, I guess this might not be good for you, but I think it's $13. I get it at CVS, and for me, I just have a lot of like redness and like discoloration with my skin. I don't really have things I need to like cover necessarily, but I do like to have just that even skin color. So that's why I like full coverage. So yeah, that's that. So I just literally usually just put this on with my finger and just place a little bit on like everywhere, cheeks, nose, all, you know, all the places. And typically I'll dampen this brush a little bit. This is the Morphe M439. This is the one that I've been using for my foundation. So I typically just wet it a little bit and then I just kind of go in, try not to rub, I try to dab, but sometimes I get impatient, so I do rub a little bit, but basically just kind of cover everything. I did put on my story for you guys to give me suggestions to talk about during this chit chat, get ready with me. So I'm just gonna kind of go back to that story and take some topics. The next thing I typically do is I'll take my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I use the shade Light Neutral, and I just go in and I put this under my eyes. Kind of just do that. I put it a little bit in my forehead and that's usually it. And then I'll take a beauty blender. This is literally so bad. My beauty blender is so gross. I don't wash them enough, so it's kind of got like stuff on it still. But I just usually try to dampen it a little bit and then just kind of go in pat, obviously, until everything's all smooth. So a lot of these were like, where do you see yourself in like 5-10 years, kids, all this stuff. So I don't know, I've never really like, I don't talk about that often. I kind of just take things like day by day, but honestly I definitely see myself settling down. Obviously I will say with Anthony, and we definitely want kids in the future. I feel like things have changed where when I was younger, like I thought by 25 I was gonna like already have my first kid, be married, settle down, have a house, all this stuff, and I'm 26 right now and I don't have any plans of doing that in the near future. But definitely I want kids. That is something that I do for sure foresee in my life. I see myself working for myself, maybe having my own business, just kind of doing what I love and something that I just want to be doing. Of probably building something with Anthony, and yeah, that's, I don't know, it's hard to say, but I see myself in a beautiful home in California, having kids, and just really hopefully sitting on what Anthony and I have built, whether that be companies or whatever. I see myself working for myself and doing my own thing. I never want to go back to where I'm working for someone else, because I've been doing that my whole life. Up until about July of this year, I've been doing my own thing. So yeah, I see myself just hopefully being so happy with where I'm at. And yeah, definitely kids, probably a dog or something. But yeah, I don't have a timeline on any of that. I don't really have like plans set in stone, because as you can see, when you set plans, they don't always stay. So I'm just kind of going with the flow of it all. Those are things I do want in my life, but I don't have like a timeline for it. So no rush, I'm just taking it day by day, but that's what I see my future looking like. So next I go in with MAC Translucent Setting Powder, and I'm gonna go ahead and use the same beauty blender that I just used because it's a little bit damp. So I just kind of set the places that I just put the concealer, and I think this is called baking. I don't like do it properly or for a long time at all, but I just kind of put it, sometimes I do like my chin. I kind of put it anywhere that might get like greasy. One of actually my favorite things that someone brought up, because this is one of my biggest flaws and I think it will make me crumble in the future, if not the very near future, because I really don't do this properly. And this was, now that your office is home, do you make sure to take some time off every day, or like every week? Do I have like a set time off? And personally, this is one of my major flaws, is that I don't. I feel like I wake up in the morning, because I don't want to call Instagram my job, but replying to people, that's taking time out of my day and like taking my energy. So I don't consider it work, because it doesn't pay my bills and it doesn't really bring financial return. So I don't want to call it work, but it's still giving my energy to other people. So I literally, and I thought about this morning, I woke up at probably, I think, 7:45. I roll over and I look at my phone, and instantly I'm scrolling through Instagram, I'm replying to comments, I'm replying to DMs, and like, that is not healthy for my brain. Let's move on. So for bronzer, I either use this Artist Pro Glow To Go, so it's like a mini little thing. It's got bronzer and highlighter, or I use the Hoola Benefit Mini Bronzer. Oh, I'll basically use either one of these, kind of depending on the day. So let's just use the Hoola one for fun. I don't know why I buy mini things. I think it's because I'm cheap. So anyways, I go in with this brush. I got this from, I want to say, Bed Bath & Beyond. It's an Eco Tools brush, so it's like this. But yeah, so back to the office thing. I don't shut off. I don't ever take time to turn my computer off, turn my phone off. I don't do any of that. I'm literally working. I hate calling it work, because I don't think of Instagram as work, but it is like, I'm concerned about other people, and I'm concerned about pleasing other people, and I don't want this to be like, woe is me, like, feel bad for me because I reply to people all the time. But like, it is something that takes up space in my mental, where like, I don't feel like I have time for myself, and I don't create time for myself. So it's just, it's becoming a very dangerous thing, because I start to get in a really dark place, because I make myself unhappy because I don't leave time for myself, if that makes sense. And that's no one's fault but my own. So I'm not even trying to like put the blame on anyone else. Like, that is my own issue. And yeah, I need to work on that, because it is, everyone thinks that working from home is like a dream come true and so easy, and it is. Like, the freedom is great, but I don't ever stop. If I get an email at 9:58 p.m., like, I go sit and I answer that email. There is no time that I just say, like, I'm not answering emails past this time. And I need to set those boundaries for myself, because it's starting to take a toll on me mentally, and I'm starting to realize that I'm not leaving enough energy for not only myself, but also for the people that are in my real life and around me. My loved ones and my friends and my family members, I feel like they're not getting enough of me, because I give out all of myself to the internet, to strangers, to you guys. And I'm not trying to say this, like, to make anyone feel bad. That's my own fault with not setting boundaries with myself. But I just feel like I'm spending a lot of energy and constantly focusing on other people and trying to please people on the internet, and I just need to like learn to set those times, or else I'm going to crumble, because I have had some very hard days, and I've kind of realized that it's because I don't leave energy for myself or time for myself just to do something that I want to do and not be focused on other people and other things and work and this, and it's just like I don't leave enough time for me. And I know that sounds selfish, but if you think about it, like, that's the way life should be, and I'm not letting my life be that way. I'm creating this working all the time monster, and it's not good, and it's not healthy, and it's literally going to make me crumble. So I need to stop, and I'm glad that someone brought it up, because it is something that I think is really important to talk about and like let people know that like you do need your time, and that's okay to have your time. And yeah, I think it overall benefits everyone. If you have time to make yourself happy, in turn you have more happiness to give out to other people. So like when I'm drained and I'm exhausted and I'm miserable, I'm not able to give that great energy to other people because I don't have it myself. It's just not there. So yeah, I think that is something that's really important that I need to work on. So I'm glad that you brought that up, because it's definitely an issue that I struggle with and I need to work on. So, and now I'm just going to go in with an Eco Tools brush. Again, this is a little fan highlighting brush, and I take Gleam. This is the top highlighter color of this, and I just kind of go in on my cheekbones. I love nose highlight. I don't know about you guys. I think it looks fucking great. And then also, is this a Cupid's bow? This thing above your lip, I think. I like it there too. So I usually go a little crazy with the highlighter, but I just really love it. Moving on to eyeshadow. So basically, let's just get started. I'm going to kind of give my typical day of makeup. So I have this vibe that I typically go for. So it's usually like probably 3 colors built up, darkest to lightest, and then usually like a sparkly in the inner corner of my eyelid. So I'll show you guys. I'm just going to do that look, and then winged eyeliner, and I might put on eyelashes today just for fun. I don't usually do that. For this look, I actually use the same brush for basically the whole look because I'm building up the colors. So I go from lightest to darkest, so I just kind of go over, because it doesn't really matter if you're going darker, I feel like. These two are from an Amazon little pack, so I have a regular kind of like eyeshadow brush, and then this one is usually what I use for the glitter. And then I also have this Morphe brush. This is the M441. I use this also kind of similarly to this other one, just for regular eyeshadow. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the Morphe one just because it has a name and I know what to call it and you guys can use it, whereas the Amazon ones I don't really know. So let's play with the Tartelette and Bloom one for now. So I always take this first color, the Charmer color, is like white, and I just dip my finger in and go in and kind of just set a base on my eyelid. So I'm going to show you guys the 3 colors that I'm going to use so that I can just keep talking and not have to like really stop. So Smarty Pants, that's going to be the first one. And then we're going to move to Jet Setter, which is that top one. And then usually I take Rebel and Leader, or just Leader, these two, and just kind of go in the outer corner with that. So I'm just going to go through and do these while I'm talking, so that's just so you know, that's what I do. And I just kind of build it up. A lot of these are like favorite Christmas traditions and like movies. So I actually don't really have any traditions in my family. My family is great, but we don't really have traditions. So I don't really have much to talk about there. I also don't really have a favorite Christmas movie. Anthony, on the other hand, his favorite movie is The Grinch, and as you guys probably saw in the decorating video, if you watched it, we were blasting The Grinch in the background because that's his favorite movie. I don't like have a specific favorite, so I'm kind of boring in that way, but sorry. Plans for this Christmas, so Anthony and I are actually both going back to New York. We're both going home though. So I am from upstate, he's from Long Island, so we're gonna be like 3 hours apart, so we're not gonna be together, but we're going home for 10 days over the holidays. So we're gonna be home for a while. And I think we're probably going to be able to see each other like once, but for the most part, we're just going to go home and celebrate with our families. So that's kind of our plans for Christmas this year, which is kind of sad because you guys know I spend every day with him, so it's always a little bit hard to be apart now, but it's okay. We're grown adults and we will make it through. But yeah, that's our plans for this year. We're kind of like, we don't have crazy holiday traditions or anything. I usually just go to my dad's house for Christmas Eve and then spend Christmas morning at my mom's, and then go to my aunt's house for Christmas dinner, and then go to my other grandma's house for the day after Christmas. So I guess I do kind of have some traditions, but I just try to see every part of my family, so I kind of try to spread it out and make sure I see everyone. So that's that. I'm kind of boring when it comes to Christmas, but I'm pretty excited for Christmas this year. I want to get a lot of good gifts for people and just spoil people, because that's one of my favorite things about the holidays, is buying things for other people. I just love that so much, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, so that's kind of that for Christmas stuff. I don't have anything to talk about. I suck. So let's see what's next. Someone said, will you ever stop tracking macros? And the answer is yeah. I'm not going to be like 50 years old and tracking macros unless I'm competing or something. For the most part, I don't have an issue where tracking stresses me out. Like, I don't feel like that's like mentally draining for me. It's literally, to me, it's just a part of my day. I've done it so much that it's just like, that's just how I live. I don't know. It doesn't seem like overwhelming and stressful to me anymore. So I don't really have a problem with tracking every day, but there will be a time where I don't track anymore, and by that time I'll have so much knowledge about the foods that I eat that I don't think I'll really have like a big problem with it. But for now, I'm going to continue to track, and as long as I'm competing, I'm definitely going to continue to track, even in off season, because every season has a purpose, and when you're competing, off season is just as important as prep. So I need to always kind of make sure I'm getting enough food in and doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Moving on to the little sparkles. So I really like this first color by the Jaclyn Hill palette. It is in light. So I usually just take this brush and just go in the inner corner with it. And I kind of like spread it kind of outwards to the outer corner. So yeah, I don't know. I think it kind of like fades nicely and just creates a nice shine in the inner corner. I don't know. And someone also asked about 2019 plans, and I don't really have many plans, but I think I'm gonna just kind of go ahead and say what I hope to like do and achieve in 2019. This is the first year I feel like I don't have like a set list of things that I want to get done, because I haven't like had the time to sit down and really think about it, but I also just have been taking things really like day by day, and it's just been really hard for me to like set these goals. I just kind of like take it one day at a time, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but that's just kind of the way that I've been like going about at least the last few months. I'm just like taking it as it goes, day by day. Just, I don't know, very unofficial, but I think I do want to sit down and make a list of goals for 2019, because I actually found my 2018 goal list recently, and it was really fucking cool to cross things off and like see that I've accomplished probably half to more than half of what I set out to do. And a lot of it was like thinking it was actually pretty unrealistic, but I ended up doing it. And so it's really fun to look back like a year later and be like, wow, I actually did end up doing a lot of these things. So I'll talk about my goals in a minute, but I just want to tell you the eyeliner I'm using. Nothing has changed in the last probably freaking any video I've ever done a get ready with me for, or makeup tutorial. I just use the Sephora brand liquid liner. It is honestly phenomenal, and yeah, I don't really have much to say about it, but it's $12. I get black liquid liner, and it works so well, stays on so well through workouts and everything. I don't even think this is the waterproof one that I use, but it really, unless you're dripping sweat, it really doesn't run or anything, so it's freaking awesome. And it stays on all day. I put it on in the morning and it's literally on all day. So basically for me, the technique that I use for this is I draw the line on my lash line, bring it out, and then I come back in with it and fill it in. So that's kind of how I do my wing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. Actually, I'm probably not gonna be able to talk while I do this, so I'm gonna speed it up for you. Okay, so we have one eye done. We'll go on and do the next one. then I'll continue on with my 2019 goals. So these are definitely uneven, and this eye sucks way more than this eye, but we're gonna roll with it. So 2019 goals for me are, I want to get on a pro stage again. That is a 2019 goal for me. Hopefully win a pro show and get points towards the Olympia for next year, or for 2020. I would kind of like to scale my coaching business, and by that I just mean have more clients. Right now, I feel like I could take on probably 10 or 15 more. But I don't like to promote it that much. I feel weird shoving it down people's throats, so I guess I need to just do a better job at promoting it and letting people know that I am a coach, because I don't really like talk about it much. But yeah, so I would like to do that. I would like to create my own merch or just sell clothing that I create. I have always loved the idea of creating clothes or anything like that, just fashion-wise. I created a business plan. I literally have it. I'll freaking show it once like I end up creating what I'm creating. But I made this business plan for a bikini line that I wanted to create, and I wrote it up in like 2016, I think. So that would be really cool to kind of like show once I guess design my own stuff. And honestly, I still really want to do bikinis. That's always been a dream of mine. Literally ever since college, I've wanted to kind of like have my own bikini line. I've always like looked at those small bikini brands that end up in Miami Swim Week, and I'm like, damn, I literally want to do that. So that would be like a crazy awesome thing to achieve. Honestly, I don't really have many fitness goals for 2019 because I know it's going to be that like in between year where I think 2020 is going to be really big for me. I think it's just going to kind of be that like getting on stage, I want to win a pro show, but yeah, it's not going to be like a crazy year. Like 2018 was like the pro card chase, 2020 is going to be like the Olympia chase. So 2019 is going to be kind of mellow, I feel like, in terms of my fitness goals, but I actually want to use that year to kind of build my brands and whatever company I decide to kind of like go after. And I think that merch is going to be really big for me, and I really want to put a lot of focus and effort into that, because it's not just going to be like merch with my name on it. And if you guys saw, I made like the blossom thing, and I really like that idea. And it's not really just like the word blossom, but like the way that like I look at the word and like what it means to me. So like I made a little story on my Instagram, and it's in a highlight, but I think blossom is gonna be kind of like what I go for. And yeah, so it's not gonna be like Paige Reilly Fit on a t-shirt. I want to make it like fitness related, but honestly, if it becomes more of like a fashion style type of thing, like I'm not mad at that either, because I have like 20 different styles. So I just feel like, I don't know, I've always wanted to create my own clothing, and that's something I really want to do in 2019. So I'm kind of already doing things to work towards that. So we'll see when that happens. But yeah, I'm gonna go in with mascara now. Too Faced Better Than Sex is what I use. Again, I don't know why I use the mini. I don't know why I buy the mini, but I do. So I'm actually like out of this. I need to go buy some more. Maybe I'll buy the full size and stop being cheap. But anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna just go ahead and put this on my top and bottom lashes, and my camera is actually dying right now, so I'm gonna put it on the charger and then come back and finish. But yeah, so just top and bottom, we're going for it. And then I'm also going to throw on lashes, so we'll see how that goes, but that's what we're working with right now. And I'm going to go ahead and put my camera on the charger, and I will see you guys in a minute. Okay, I'm back with my lashes on. I used Ardell Wispies. I forget what else they're called. But yeah, Ardell Wispies from CVS. I think they look pretty good. They're pretty like natural looking. I don't know, I just wanted to be extra today. So far we have everything good. I think I just want to add a lip. Honestly, I never really wear lip color, and I wanted to kind of try this Kylie lip gloss. I got this literally probably 3 years ago, so who knows if it's even good still. But it's called Literally, and I think it's like a kind of like a brownie type of lip gloss. So I think I'm gonna add that, see how that looks. If not, I'm gonna change it out. But another thing I got asked was 2019 travel plans, and I honestly don't really have any except for like expos. It's kind of the only thing I know I'll be going to. But in terms of like vacations or travel, I have nothing planned, so I really like don't know. I actually hope to travel quite a bit in 2019. Oh, actually I do have a vacation. I'm going to Colorado to snowboard with all my friends from back in New York. We have gone on a snowboard trip the past 3 years, I think. Colorado, Tahoe, and then they came up here and went to Bear last year. But yeah, so going to Colorado in March. So that will be amazing. And I love snowboarding, by the way. Someone else asked me how did I learn, and I kind of learned when I was in 8th grade. I think I got lessons. I started out skiing with my family, and then I started snowboarding. My brother snowboarded, and he was really good at it. So I learned that, and now it's actually one of my favorite hobbies. Other than like fitness kind of is not a hobby for me anymore. It's kind of just like my life. So snowboarding has become my new like hobby that I do to kind of save my mental. I'm actually gonna go to Bear again, I think Thursday. We're going up? No, yeah, Thursday night, and we're gonna ride Friday because we're getting snow. So we're doing that this week for Anthony's birthday. Okay, this isn't too bad, this lip gloss. So one more thing I wanted to talk about, I guess right now, is just tracking. I get so many questions about tracking, and I don't want to be all fitness. So I'm just gonna answer it. It's about like tracking on the holidays. How do I plan on eating when I'm in New York? I'm gonna be obviously out of my routine for a while. But I plan on tracking every day. I'm not going to track Christmas, obviously, who cares? Christmas Eve, if I go to my dad's house and he has freaking cookies, I'm going to have a few. Like, I'm not going to be really strict for like Christmas and like the parties that I go to. I'm not going to be like, sorry grandma, I can't eat your pie because it's not my fitness pal. I think that people struggle with finding that balance, and you need to know that like, it's once a year. Like, Christmas comes once a year. If you have a favorite like Christmas cookie that your mom makes, my mom makes a ton of Christmas cookies, but I love the peanut butter cookies with the little Hershey kiss in it. So freaking good. And so those are my favorite, and I'm gonna have some. I just feel like that doesn't make you any less of a fitness person to take a break for a day and not track everything. Like, it's just not necessary, and it's also not healthy. I feel like you need to be able to accept the fact that like one day of not tracking isn't going to kill you, and you're not going to freaking gain 10 pounds from not tracking. Focus more on the moment and focus more on our company and not care so much about the food, because literally who cares? It's just food. If you want a cookie, eat it. If you don't, great. I just feel like it's not that serious, and people get really caught up and hung up on that, and it just sucks to see on social media, and a lot of people being like, how to attack the holidays, and not like it's a holiday. Like, treat it as a holiday. Enjoy yourself if you want to. I'm just gonna kind of do what I can. If I have to miss a day because I'm visiting with family, oh well, so be it. That's just how I have found it to be a sustainable way to go about life for me. That's how I'm going about the holidays. Hopefully you guys are gonna be, you know, in the same boat as me. Just enjoy yourself. Don't go crazy, because there's no need to go crazy. Cookies, food, pie, everything will always be there. There's no need to freaking eat it all in 20 minutes. So that's that. This is the makeup look. I'll do a little close-up, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do my hair, and I'll talk a little bit more about my hair and hair care routine that I don't have in the next clip. We have switched locations. We are now in my bathroom. I'm sorry if it echoes. I'm not really sure what it's gonna sound like in here, but I'm gonna go ahead and curl my hair with my straightener because I want to show you guys kind of how I do it. Probably my most asked question is hair care routine and like how I do my hair and all of that. So I wanted to make a video showing you how I do it, and also go over the fact that I don't have a hair care routine. I literally use Tresemme shampoo and conditioner. That's it. I blow dry my hair, I straighten it or curl it usually every day. I don't use heat protectant. I don't dye it or color it ever, so that might be a reason why it grows so quick and is so like long. It's really not that healthy though, so I don't know, maybe it looks that way in videos and pictures, but it's really, I do have dead ends and it's really not that healthy. So that's that. I'm sorry, I don't have a hair care routine. I just literally don't cut my hair, and I've been growing it for probably 10 to 12 years now, so that's why it's so long, and I never cut it. But anyway, so I just use a normal ass Walmart straightener. I don't even know the brand of this. It's probably like Conair or something. Oh no, it's Remington. So yeah, I don't know, I've had it since college. So yeah, nothing special. You don't need a special straightener to do this. The technique is a little bit difficult to get down, but once you get it down, it's literally so simple. So it took me a while to get the actual technique down. It seems really easy, but there actually is like a weird way I feel like you have to tweak it. So it's a lot of trial and error, so you just kind of have to try it out and see how it works for you. But basically, I split my hair up. I put half of it up and then separate it into 2 halves on the bottom. So I kind of do it in quarters, so I just have 4 sections. But basically, I will take a strand. It depends on how loose or tight you want the curls. That's how much you'll take per strand, but I usually take about this amount. And what you're gonna do is take a straightener, put it in, and I think that's 360, and I think it's a full spin, and then you just pull it down, and it literally creates a curl. I always just like twirl it around my finger like you just saw, but that is a curl that it creates, and it's literally perfect, and it stays in my hair for probably 3 days. I could wear it like this and not wash it, and it would stay curled like that. So this is my favorite technique, and the only one that I found that really works for my hair. If I try to use a curling iron or a wand, it just doesn't stay. It'll fall out within hours. But this, I can sleep on it, I can work out, I can do anything, and unless it gets like wet, it literally stays perfect. So yeah, I would try this technique out. Like I said, seems really simple, but it actually does kind of take a minute to get down. I don't know if it's just like the way that you like tweak it, but I have no special straightener. I've done it with every straightener I've ever used, and it works. So you just have to get the technique down, and it's honestly such an easy way to curl your hair. And for me, it's the only way to curl my hair because it actually stays. I did just want to touch on like one more thing, and a lot of people are really wondering about the off-season transition, and I've talked about this in a lot of videos I feel like so far, and a lot of posts in general, like on my Instagram and stuff. So it's not easy, and it's not going to be easy, and you need to kind of, I want to say this nicely, but suck it up and deal with it if you want to make progress in your physique. If you don't, great, then just stay at maintenance and don't, you know, put on weight and build muscle. But if you have a goal in mind to build muscle, get your calories up, whatever it may be, you have to go through this period, and it's part of life. And honestly, you're probably looking at it with a very skewed eye, and I know it can be uncomfortable, but that's just what it is. And you kind of have to just be able to go through it. And it's really hard to give advice because everyone's going to have a different experience and react to it differently, but like for the most part, everyone's uncomfortable, but you know, you have to push through it, and just like, if you want to get better, that's what you have to do. Someone asked like, how do you deal with bad body image days? Like, I just deal with them. Like, I have a bad body image moment probably every day. Like, every single day, I'll look in the mirror or see myself at a certain angle and be like, no, like I don't like that. But guess what? It is what it is. And this is my body, and I need to learn to love it at every stage. And it's a really long, hard, never-ending journey of self-love, but it's just part of life. And you have to try to appreciate different things about your body at different phases. So like, yeah, when I'm lean, like, oh cool, like I love the shreds, you know, my abs, my delts are popping, like it's great. But then like in off season, like I love my energy. I love being able to have more free time with friends and go out and do fun things and not feel like I can't go places or do things because I'm tired, or I can't like eat there or whatever, like silly things like that. For off season, I tend to focus more on strength. I hit a sumo PR last night. It was so fun and cool. If I was on prep and I was freaking lean bean, I wouldn't have hit that PR. So you have to kind of shift your focus and shift your goals and kind of stop focusing so much on body and image, because I have bad body image moments every single day, and I kind of just have to like get out of that mindset and remind myself like that literally doesn't matter. Like, I'm not my body, and it's a lot easier said than done, and I still, no matter what, struggle with it every day. But even when I'm on prep, I struggle with it. So it's like, it's a personal thing. Like, it's not just a one phase of your life thing. Like, I literally always no matter what I look like, have insecurities and bad body image. And it's just, that's like part of being a human being, I think. So it's just something we all go through and have to deal with, and it's just important to kind of remind yourself of the positives and the things that you love about yourself, especially in those down times. You just gotta shift the focus. You can't keep dwelling on the things that you don't like about yourself and the things that you're not happy with. I don't know, that's part of life. And no one has perfect days. Everyone has struggles. Everyone has bad body image days. No one's immune to it. So don't think that you're alone in having bad body image days or feel so like woe is me about it. Like, everyone feels that way. And it's hard. It's very hard, but it's something you gotta suck it up and deal with. So I'm kind of a bad person to ask of this, because I'm just like, I don't have answers. I just deal with it. I suck it up, and you know, the next day is a new day, and we try to feel better about ourselves the next day. I don't know, like, that's just kind of how I go about it. I don't like let it cripple me, because what the hell is the point of that? Why would you let that like destroy you? Why not grow from it and try to become better and mentally be able to control your feelings and thoughts? And I don't know, that's just kind of how I feel. But this video is going to be very, very long, so I'm going to go ahead and actually finish the rest of my hair, and I will see you guys afterwards. Okay, so here is the final product. And it really only takes me like 20 minutes to do my whole head, and I have a lot of hair, so it's definitely a quick and easy method once you get it down. So this is the final product. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you found it helpful and got a few answers of any questions that you had. So anyways, I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.